Hello everyone, I am the Enderbrony, and I will be reading Lawless Love by Blood Brandy. It is too marked comedy. Anyway. Congratulations, Power Ponies! You will have the honor of seeing my grand plan come to fruition! The Mane-iac cackled as one of her tendrils loaded the electro orb into the machine, climbing up into the seat atop it. Once my weapon is finished charging, the silly will have no choice but to give in to my demands. And with you girls captured, there is no pony who will stop me. The villain cackled her evil laugh and, excuse me? Her attention was brought to the immobile Saddle Ranger. I hate to interrupt, but aren't you forgetting some pony? The Mane-iac broke into a fit of giggles. Oh, if only these little heroes knew. Well, why not? You mean Humdrum? Little fellow, cute. Trust me, there's no way in Tartarus he's getting you out of this. That's what... Matterhorn was cut off for a moment by a din and a hiss of her hairspray. Coughing, the masked mare glared at the villain. But, Humdrum always comes through for us. Always, she growled. Her friends cheered their agreement. Oh, this was just too much. Mane-iac could barely retain herself. Oh, really? I suppose he does, doesn't he? Isn't he odd? She asked rhetorically. Every time you go against some other villain, he bungles and flails, but helps you to victory, somehow, some way. But every time he goes face off against me, his bungling always ends in my favor, doesn't it? What are you talking about? Oh, this was just so funny. Honestly, Matterhorn, or would you prefer Professor String Theory, physics lecturer of the Metropolis Institute? She took the confused look on the masked mare's face with great satisfaction. Yes, I know all of your secret identities. The jeweler, the archaeologist, the confectioner, the former athlete, even the timid little public gardens groundskeeper. But you, Matterhorn, I would have thought a smart cookie like you would have pieced something together a long time ago. That... A rattling from the vents pulled all eyes to the ceiling until a surprised-looking humdrum fell through the grate. Oh, good. They actually won't. And right into the lap of the Mane-iac. Spike looked white, and right into the lap of the Mane-iac. Spike looked up, wide-eyed at the villainous mare, close enough to smell the many flowery, fruity scents of her shampoos. When she had a reaction he had absolutely no way of predicting. The Mane-iac, one of the most dangerous and insane villains in Metropolis, squealed, "Dreeky-poo," like a high school filly. That gave Spike all of 2 seconds to remember Humdrum's secret identity. James Jimmy Drake, who worked in the same sporting goods store that was owned by the retired hoofball star that would become Mistress Marvelous. The Mane-iac's forelegs and a couple of hair tentacles pulled in close into a kiss. If Spike thought the insane mare smelled fruity, the taste was something else. Almost sweet to the point even Pinkie Pie would have a conniption. Pulling back, leaving her beloved Humdrum with a dopey little smile, the villainous mare cooed, cradling him in her hair. Oh, isn't he just so cute? She looked into the shocked eyes of the Power Ponies. Is it starting to come together, girls? Humdrum has been secretly helping me. The side of the roof opened, showing the well-lit, bustling city of Metropolis against the backdrop of the night sky. Every legal resource we took, every rally for change, every candidate we supported, every legal path we took on a righteous mission was foiled by the corrupt and bigoted upper class of this cursed city, the Mane-iac growled, raising her and her still kind of out of it beloved. But now they will have to listen to us. They will have to heed our demands. I'm really failing her voice. Just like everyone else. Haha. Her hedge ponies cheered as she continued her monologue. These fools will be forced to abolish their species' marriage laws. They will be forced to see that love between two sentient beings is just as natural and beautiful as it is between two ponies. Whether that pony wants to love a dragon or a griffin, a hedge pony cheered. Or a diamond dog, another answered. Or a minotaur. Or a draconicus. The cheering stopped, as the apparently not so villainous villains looked in surprise towards Saddle Raider, who had been caught up in... The cheering stopped, as the apparently not so villainous villains looked in surprise towards Saddle Raider, who had been caught up in the moment and now would have bolted and hid at the sudden attention focused on her, as if she could move. Well, well, the Mane-iac chuckled. It seems even heroes have their hidden sides. By now, Spike had recovered enough brain power to piece together his thoughts. This kind of made sense, Spike thought. Humdrum had been a bumbling moron, somehow topping out with an IQ lower than a pair of unicorn colts back home, but that it was all an act? The fact that he messed up everything but still managed to help somehow? Okay, he could think on this later when he got out of the dang comic, so he had to play the part of Humdrum until the end. He would do that. It took him a second, but he remembered what he needed to do. Ayara, Spike spoke, getting the Mane-iac's, formerly Lara, Undine, attention. Let them out. What? But Drakey Poo? They'll help us, Spike assured her. Now that they know, they'll help us out here. He looked at his friends with a pleading expression. Right? Radiance humped. Of course, darling. Such a daring tale of forbidden love and fighting against the odds. If she could move, the melodramatic mare would have probably swooned and conjured a fainting outs. Oh, it's all so romantic. It sounds nice, the still atomically blushing Saddle Ranger added. As long as you get me the heck out of this stuff, Zap growled. As long as you're taking care of the little feller, I suppose it's all right. Matterhorn looked between her friends and supposed enemy before sighing. I suppose this is a good cause. That only left Phyllis second, who had a strangely curious expression on her face. I only have one condition, and one condition only for you, Mane-iac. The mad mare, somewhat disturbed by the look on the speedster's eyes, backed away slightly. What? After a few moments, Phyllis second spoke. I am catering your wedding. Blinking for a moment, looking at Humdrum, who shrugged, the Mane-iac looked back. Okay. In a pink blur, she and Humdrum were scooped up by the pink speedster in a tight hug. Yay! What? The surprised and confused Mane-iac sputtered. But the hairspray. Just go with it, Ayara, Spike sighed. It's just Pinky being Pinky. In the private library of the Castle of the Two Sisters, a comic book that had been laying still suddenly sputtered and spit out a screaming group of ponies plus one dragon. Well, Spike groaned, that was a heck of a twist ending. But it was a lovely wedding, darling, Rarity smiled, and you look so dashing in your groom's tuxedo. And the reception was great, Pinky cheered, drooling a little. Cakes and sweets as far as the eye can see. The bachelor party was better, Dash shrugged, playfully elbowing the groom. I didn't even know you could bite into a keg, little guy. A keg? Twilight gasped. Spike, you said there wasn't any alcohol. Excuse me, a timid voice whispered. She told me it was root beer, Twilight, Spike defended, and I didn't know the other drinks had alcohol until the next day. Girls? Ease up, Sugar Cube. You don't look any worse for the wear. Yeah, Egghead. I don't even think Big Mac can handle booze as well as Spike. Girls! Fluttershy finally got their attention. We have a problem. The group looked at the seventh pony in the room, scooched into a corner in confusion. What just happened? Where are we? Who are you? The Mane-iac looked frantic, her hair ready to defend at a moment's notice. Of one thought, one mind, and one word, the Equestria native sighed. Ah, crap. Author's note. Just a little one-shot I wrote to go with an idea I had in another forum. The Mane-iac isn't as crazy as folks think she is, kinda. She didn't want to take over Metropolis for the heck of it. She did it for a singular reason, to abolish the speciesist marriage laws that kept her from her beloved Humdrum. Her hench ponies are in it just because they're all serious romantics at heart. For the Mane-iac's name, Lara, or Yara, is a character from Brazilian mythology with green hair and is known for being beautiful. I have no idea how to continue this, so I'll just leave it open-ended, though. If anyone wants to continue it, just PM me. Heck, I'd possibly even be up for a collaboration. What do you think? Edit. Wow, I got on the featured thing on the front page with this? Sweet. That was funny. Good job, author. Well, good job, every author. Good job, everyone. Thank you for watching, everyone. I am the Enderbrony, and this is Lawless Love by Blood Brandy.